If you've had a hip replacement and now one leg feels longer than the other, don't rush out to get a heel lift or a shoe insert, because one leg can feel longer than the other without actually being longer. And jumping into a heel lift or a shoe insert too early can cause problems that you didn't have. So in this video, I'm going to break down when to get it, if you need it, and the time frame. So after your surgery, you may feel that one leg is longer or that one hip feels higher, and you think, well, my surgeon made my leg longer. And in some specific cases where there is a true leg length discrepancy, your surgeon may have made your leg a little bit longer. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and we're going to get into that in a bit. Here are 6 reasons why your legs may feel uneven that have nothing to do with a true leg length discrepancy. Number 1, pelvic tilt. If you limped like I did before your procedure, your pelvis learned and adapted to a crooked position. And of course, it doesn't fix itself in the days after your procedure. It takes many months to unwind those compensatory patterns. Number 2, tight muscles around your hips and low back. So again, years of compensating have shortened those muscles, creating a pelvic tilt. Number 3, weak glutes on the surgical side, particularly the muscles glute medius and minimus. With that side being weaker, every time you take a step, your hip drops to one side, you may sway or have a limp during walking, and you're leaning the torso over the weak hip to compensate. This is called a Trendelenburg gait, and then once you come out of surgery, it's going to feel like you have a leg length difference. Number 4, swelling after the surgery. This is going to affect how you bear weight and how the joint feels in the socket. Number 5, the wearing of the cartilage of the joint. So as it's wearing and you're getting toward bone on bone or bone on bone, that leg is shortening even by a few millimeters. And your body gets used to that position, and as your surgeon may lengthen the leg, it feels like it's much longer even though it's balanced for the first time in many years. Number 6, adaptation time. Your nervous system has been running on a program of compensatory patterns for many years, and it takes at least 3, 6, maybe 9 months or more to overwrite that software and get into a new pattern that your nervous system becomes accustomed to. Now, here's something that's very important to understand. While you're on the operating table, your surgeon has 2 top priorities. The first one is to make your leg the right length, and the second one is to create a stable hip, as stable as possible for you, so that you mitigate the risk of dislocation. And to do this, the surgeon may err on the side of making the leg a little bit longer. Again, we're talking millimeters, as opposed to even or making it shorter, because a little bit of a longer leg will create a more stable hip. Now, the good news is that for most people, the sensation of a longer leg will begin to subside within about 3 to 6 months. As the swelling goes down, as your gait begins to normalize again, as your glutes become stronger, that sensation will begin to subside. This is why experienced physical therapists and surgeons will often tell their patients not to rush to get a shoe insert or a heel lift before they let their body adapt. So how are you going to know if it's a true leg length difference or a functional leg length difference? Here's where your surgeon or your physical therapist will do a few exams. First, they're going to do a standing exam, a supine exam, and look at your hips, look at your gait, see if you have a limp or how you're striding, your stride length. This will give them information about what's happening with your femurs and with your hip movement. And they'll also do an x-ray, which will give them a definitive answer on whether you have a true leg length difference. And if you do, then inserts or heel lifts would be warranted. A heel lift is the most common starting point, and this is for mild discrepancies, let's say 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. It's a simple, inexpensive way to address the main problem, and you'll feel more even when you walk and stand. But overcorrecting with a heel lift can cause low back problems, sacroiliac problems in your hip, knee issues. You don't want more. Less is better, just enough to make you feel level. And of course, a heel lift doesn't support the rest of your foot, and for some people it can put too much pressure on the ball of the foot, so it's not for everybody. If your leg length discrepancy is 1/2 inch or more, you don't want a heel lift, you're gonna want a full foot insert. This is going to be better for every joint of your body and it's gonna feel more natural. And many clinicians will suggest that you build up each shoe from the underneath. You'd have to take your shoes into a shoemaker to get it done, as opposed to putting an insert into your shoes each time.